Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. Today, we will be discussing MBSE Approach for medical device design. We have two awesome speakers, and I'm really excited to listen to the conversation. And without further ado, our first speaker, Dr. Benham.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. So today, we are going to present about using MBSE approach to design medical devices. I'm Benham Afsharpoya. I work for Dassault. I have been with Dassault for 6 years, and also my colleague Sarah Roger would be explain the MBSE part. So I will focus mostly on the the simulation and also execution of simulation from MBSE, and Sarah will explain more about MBSE part and also kind of abstractive level of the systems engineering. So Sarah, please, you go ahead and explain more about that.
All right, thank you. So first, I just want to bring up the industry challenges, the life sciences and medical device industry. So currently, there's increasing product complexity and risk of equipment failure, increasing demands for innovation and quality, and an increasing importance of time to market. And so today we want to show you how MBSE can help with these. Some key capabilities of systems engineering is to develop a standards-based system architecture to improve stakeholder communication, deliver consistent and complete specs, including interfaces, developing and delivering a holistic view from the system perspective, and validating system requirements. So model-based engineering improves requirements traceability throughout the entire product lifecycle, provides the ability to manage these increasingly complex system designs. It improves product quality by providing unambiguous model. It provides verification and validation of the system design, and it really enhances that knowledge capture and reuse of these model elements, reduces cycle time and maintenance costs. In order for this to be successful, MBSE needs a modeling tool, a language, and an approach, and we'll be focusing on the tool this afternoon. And specifically for medical device design, this approach does accelerate the cycle time of medical device development for patients, promotes safety and effectiveness throughout the entire design, ensures requirements and regulations are met for FDA compliance and approval. It can advance existing therapies in healthcare and really streamline those R&D efforts. So here's some of the capabilities of the 3D Experience platform, but I think instead of really discussing these too much here, we'd rather show you this afternoon. So thank you. Back to you, Benham.
Thank you very much. So if it's possible, Robert, you can make me presenter. I can present my, okay. Thank you. So hopefully, yeah. If yeah, I am on the right screen. Okay, thank you. So Sarah explained most of what initially about MBSE, higher level. I just go over these slides, and the next thing I'm going to explain is that how we are using 3D Experience apps and also tools to support model-based systems engineering. The apps we are using, like 3D Space app or dashboard widget or traceability app. So we develop our requirements in a tool that is developed for requirement management. It has rich text, and also you can define attributes and parameters, and also have life cycle status. So always you can be sure that you are using the latest version of the requirements. So here requirements are not sitting as a separate entity or kind of bunch of wordings and sentences. They are connected to other parts of the system model. So if you have system models, if you have simulation models, the requirements would provide parameters or specifications that you can connect and use them to develop your use cases, test cases, and utilize your simulation models to analyze them and verify and validate your requirements. So if you look at it, requirements, they are propagating through the functional, logical, and physical items. So parameters that you have in your requirements, they can be connected to all of these aspects of the system models or systems engineering. So simulations, beside that, they can be in functional, logical, and physical levels, and all of them, they can have benefits from the parameters that they are coming from requirements. So all of these tools are providing support, developing ways to be able to monitor and also trace requirements through the logical architecture, the functional architecture, and also physical models. So all of these tools are providing a digital thread for continuity and also traceability. Helps you to see from requirements to verification and validation. That's digital thread that would help you to develop your medical device. So when you are working on your medical device, all of these aspects are working together. So you start with requirement management. Now you develop your model-based system model. And why model-based system model is important for you is because you can consume requirement models in the system model. You can develop more decomposed subsystems based on your higher level system. If you have a very abstractive model of the system model, now you can develop more detailed system models with subsystems, and now you can use your requirements in more detailed level with your system model. So if you look at it, I will explain it in more details in about these apps and also products that we have. So one of them is traceability. So and also system MBSE. You see that we have with MBSE problem definition is very important to understand the problem before you solve it. So these tools or these MBSE diagrams based on SysML language, it would help you to understand product problems. White box or the would provide you analysis to analyze solutions for your problems, and also the higher level architecture would help you to have a better view of what you are designing. With model simulation, you can analyze different pieces of the design or models that you are developing with different disciplines. So these simulation models, they can provide you steps that the simulation or the design is going to behave. So if you look at it, you are designing your equipment based on what is your problem, is kind of problem definition. You would consider what you need to design to address all of these steps of the behavior or the use cases of your tool, and then based on that, you continue. So the CSML model, it would include requirements from requirement management. You can decompose your system into smaller subsystems, so you would have a better understanding of what system includes. And also you can analyze all of these subsystems as well as the overall system to validate and verify the system for different use cases and also stakeholders. So you may have different test cases, so you can address and identify all of these test cases based on all the requirements you have. You can define the relationship between objects that you have in your system. So you may have different circuit boards, different monitors, different actuators. All of them, they are interfacing each other. So you can define interfaces in different type of diagrams to have a better understanding of different communications between components, as well as you would have a better understanding of all subsystem components and what is their role and also position in overall system. So based on that, you may come with different type of like solutions, and you will develop your requirements based on that. So when you are developing MBSE, you would have 60% approximately saving time of developing time. So you would develop a model that would be validated immediately. So you don't waste your time to kind of do a lot of testing, analysis that would be kind of like would postpone your product coming to the market, and also would spend a lot of resources to kind of analyze and also provide verification and validation, and also would use less engineering time because your evaluation is done in a virtual environment, and also you can do this all of these in subsystems and also a higher level. So most this is a value that would provide to you, kind of saving time for you. Now, when you are doing physical system model, you can include tools like Simulink or Daimola. Daimola is based on modelical language, and you can directly use this tool through the model-based systems engineering. So you may define models in MBSE that they are simulating or calculating behavior of the system in very high level, but when you go to the detailed design in the physical level, you have chance to develop your physical model as a virtual twin thanks to modelical language, and also Daimola is a multi-physics, multidiscipline simulation tool. So it would allow you to develop models for different application. So I show you a video of how this works. Just for a moment, I show you like a example of this. Okay. So this is the one example about like Daimola. So with the Daimola, you can place it in the system model. Now, from the system model, you can directly go to, for example, this example is for AED, and in this example, we have the simulation model that it has all the aspects of the physical model, like electrical system, the like a resistor, capacitor, all of these components. You have access to all the details of these components. You can define, you can modify them, you can develop the detailed model for every component that you are developing. So if you have the different type of signals, different type of like output as voltage, you can simulate it ahead inside this tool as a part of MBSE. And now you can simulate the shock, for example, voltage that is applied from the simulation model. So you can go to the simulation model to see how is like electrical shock or the voltage is applied and the current. So for each use case or test case, you can analyze the system to see if the system is behaving properly. Also, you are able to look at the battery model, the behavior of the battery in the system, as well as its interfacing other components in the system. So you can, if it's working with like a monitor or other components, you can also like look at them in more details. Another thing that I wanted to show you is that you can take your requirements, as you see, as I explained to you. These requirements, they can be monitored. You can go through them with different formats. It can include picture, more details, and also now you can kind of develop your project based on your requirements. You can do validation and verification of the requirements based on your project. So you can share these requirements or part of the requirement with different stakeholders or people who are serving within this project. And now with the CSML model that you are using for high-level requirements, you are able to import your simulation model that I explained to you, like Dymola or MATLAB or models from Dymola. All of these you can generate as an interface, and you can bring this model into Cameo System Modeler for modeling CSML model or system model for MBSE. And you can develop co-simulation or simulation in the MBSE environment. Now you can simulate your model. As you see, you can bring your model here, or you can simulate the model that is sitting outside of the MBSE or CSML model. So you can execute the simulation model from your CSML diagram, or you can import it into the MBSE model and you can execute it from there. So either way is possible. You can read the results and you can simulate them inside the Cameo System Modeler. The simulation like this would be executed outside the Cameo System Modeler. It can have a lot of details like logical diagrams, logical system, as well as more detailed analysis. Like, for example, for this AED, we have battery system, and all the details of the battery system can be implemented in this simulation model. You can execute the behavior of the system as a physical system or logical system, and you can read the output back to the system model. So if you are doing optimization, validation, or verification, the results would be presented in your MBSE or system model. Another benefit would be that your simulations would be always available to you. So it's not sitting on a person machine or separated as separated location. All of these simulation models would be available to systems engineer to be able to simulate them and also connect them to requirements for validation or doing kind of optimization for parameters of the system model. Now, one of the other aspects that is very important for like MBSE is traceability, to be sure that you address all the requirements that you have for system model in the kind of from requirements to all the aspects of functional, logical, and also physical systems. So the traceability would allow you to start from regulatory or kind of like requirements, specifications for the system you have. You can look at them from your use cases and test cases that you have as problems, and then you can come with simulations that would address those. If there are some documents or kind of like a logical architecture can be linked to your requirements. So all of these can be traced. So, and also if you have, for example, electronic circuit or PCB board or IC that includes a software, all of these can be traced from requirements. So all of them, they are linked. You can monitor them. You can look at them from your requirements up to the physical model. And you can do impact analysis. So when you run this tool or you use this tool, you can see how many or how much percentage of the requirements are addressed, or kind of you have done this. So you can start from your requirements. You can go to the system model to the logical model and physical model. So if you are developing like a AED or kind of like an equipment, you can go from the requirements. You can see, okay, what type of voltage or signal you need. You can go to the functional level and logical level to see if, for example, you have the right size of the capacitor, the right size of the battery, the right signal, and all of these are analyzed or they are addressed, and then you can go to the physical model. And at the same time, you can not only see these links and connectors, you can also go to every detailed model that you have. So you can, if you have a, for example, Simulink model, you can go to the Simulink model without having any Simulink license. So you are able to look every detail of the tool and components that you have here in your design. So if you have system model, if you have a document or kind of demo of or presentation of your system, all these details are available to the user without having the knowledge or license for the tool that is providing this kind of functionality. So all of these are possible to see and also check to be sure that everything is addressed and is also connected. So as you see, you can go to documents, you can check for example, software. If you have all the aspects or the functions in your software, you can go to different type of tools and go to the detail of the tool, what is defined in the tool or the discipline to address those requirements. So all of these are available through the traceability of requirements and traceability tool. As you see, when you can go to the physical level, you can see electronic components that you have in this equipment. So if you have, for example, a capacitor that is providing the voltage, you can see the model, the specification of that capacitor. You can go to the detail and be sure that that capacitor would meet your requirements. So you are using the right capacitor to provide, for example, the voltage in AED. So here was kind of a very high-level explanation. So here I ask Sarah to explain a little bit more about or give us a conclusion about this presentation.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for that demonstration. I think that really helps visualize what we're trying to explain here. So just some key takeaways before we wrap up. The 3D Experience platform provides the MBSE framework that allows digital continuity and traceability, the necessary specialized engineering tools and methodologies needed along the design process, provides a digital twin for early virtual system integration and validation through multi-physics simulation, and really that traceability in a heterogeneous software environment. And it also provides the capabilities to facilitate collaboration among the stakeholders. So I appreciate everyone's time. That was our conclusion. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to info@vias3d.com. Thanks, everybody.